Welcome to Keep Trekking. Welcome back if there's been a four. Today I've got our Phil with us. Say hello, Phil.
Hello, Phil.
Today we're going to do a wee trek round Thorpe, Hesley, Scholes, or Scholes as I usually say, and we're going up to Keppel's Column. Today we're starting in the car park of Trinity Community Centre and Library, opening 2007, but the size of the Holy Trinity Church here in Thorpe, Hesley. Don't know when that was built. It doesn't look that old, to be fair, but it's a Church of England and a Methodist church, so it's a communal church, obviously utilising the resources they've got. Not go inside, it's locked up, so we're going to crack on. We're going to go through Thorpe Hesley village and then over to our Scholes, or Scales as you like to say. Scales.
Yes.
So let's crack on and let's start this wee trail. It's about 4.1 miles, so it's not too bad. On this Wednesday morning. Not fantastic weather, but hey ho, part of trekking. Found a little bit about the church, the background there. Built in 1839 at the cost of Earl Fitzwilliam and Earl Effingham. Thorpe Hesley, it's been part of the boundary of Rotherham since 1894. Previously it used to be part of the parish of Kimberworth and Wentworth. Couple of interesting little facts there for you, if you're interested in that sort of thing, that is.
Wentworth was known for coal mining and nail making. So, very unusual, known for nail making, but there you go. Lots of coal mining in this area, as in Yorkshire as it stands. Fun facts.
Can't say keep trekking, don't bring you the best facts.
That's it.
Just come across this upping stone. Don't know if any of you ever know what an upping stone is. Right. Near this spot, John Wesley preached many times between the years 1742 and 1786. Fair dues, Mr. John Wesley. An upping stone is when you used to have us and carts, or like carriages, so you could actually get into your carriage or get onto your horse without having to be legged up. That's what an upping stone is. Says it's open, but it's not. Right, we're going on Chapelfield Lane, and looks like an old disused church. Should imagine that was the original Methodist, but the old windows are being put through.
Yeah. Holy.
Oh, here we go. Dad jokes.
Yeah. More holy than usual.
I missed him, you know. Really have. Yeah, so as you can see, all windows are being put through, which is not very nice, is it? And then at the other side, Sunday School, built by subscription in 1817. Now cottages and houses. Right, before we go any further, I'm going to have to apologise if the sound ain't brilliant. Sick of this, me. My microphone's not working. I think it's the cable. Hope it's not the microphone itself. I think it's the cable that's the end bit that goes into the back of it's bent slightly and it's not working. So I'm having to use the phone's microphone. So I'm hoping it's going to come out alright.
Technology is brilliant, isn't it?
I don't have no luck with microphones, as you all know. Well, like I say, I'm apologising if it's not going to be the best quality of sound. Do apologise for that, guys. So nice to be off of them main roads and after them estates back into woods. So like a nice wood walk, to be fair.
Aye.
Quite nice in here.
It is.
Ooh, now then, which way are we going here? Got two choices. Catch you in a minute. Looking over towards Wentworth Estate, there you can just see the walls above the JCB. It's a massive house, I think it's the biggest house in Europe. Looking across, and you can just see Uber stand there poking up in the middle of the screen. Just going to take this opportunity to thank everybody that's subscribed to us before and recently. My target for this year was 250. It's not a lot to a lot of people, but it is to us. We've got past 250, we've got 252. So that is much appreciated. But please, if you've not subscribed, please whack that subscribe button, press the likes, share on all social media sites. It's free to do so, and it will be much appreciated. Thank you. Just arrived in the wee village of Scholes, or Scholes as I like to call it. Quite beautiful actually. It's really one main street, I don't think there's much here. It's part of the borough of Rotherham, as we're in Rotherham today. A few interesting facts about this place. One is that just a bit further up where we're going shortly, towards Keppel's Column, it is the home of Keppel's Column, Scholes by the way, which where we're going to shortly. But there's also Scholes Coppice, which is reputedly to be an old ancient Iron Age fort. So we shall have a look at that if we pass it. If not, obviously, it might have to be for another day. I think locals are liking us. But we'll see when we get there. But we're just walking through this wee village of Scholes at the moment. And the sun's trying to get out, which is a bonus.
It is.
What a beautiful, beautiful village. It really is. A gorgeous wee village. Like every good village, it ain't complete without the pub. The Beos. But for them from up round, we ran from the Bay Horse. Scholes and Hesley Cricket Club, established 2023. It's just after COVID then.
Yeah.
Just down there. We're heading up towards Keppel's Column. I'll tell you a little bit more about that when we get there. Got to say, there's some absolutely gorgeous properties around here. Absolutely stunning. What a beautiful, beautiful wee village. Look at that one. You need some money to live around here, I should have thought. Always got a grip bin. You can tell
It's a posh area.
it's a posh area because now they've got a grip bin. Everywhere else has been taken away. Look at that beautiful thing. Right, let's find out where we're going. See you in a minute. Well, I've just looked at the map, but unfortunately the Iron Age fort is the opposite direction. It's right over the other side, so we'll not be going today. Like I say, we're heading up towards Keppel's Column, but may do that on a video on its own at some point, shortly. So that could be something else to do. Quite a steep climb that. But like I say, it's the other direction and we haven't got time to do it today, unfortunately. Wow, that were a steep climb.
It was, don't look it, but it were.
That's took a bit out. I'm gasping for a swig and some scran. It's only about 9:30 in the morning. But fancy coming out without to drink again. Don't know why I do it. Getting my breath back. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea. Don't know the rest of the words, but I don't really care. Nice one to put one of these in for us. Must have known we were coming, Phil. There's the magnificent Keppel's Column. Tell you a little bit about it when we get to it. But that is absolutely immense. So, this immense structure at the back of me, Keppel's Column, was built between 1773 and 1784. It stands at 115 feet. That's immense. That's 35 metres to you and I. It's a grade 2 listed building. And it stands on Keppel's coppice, which is an ancient woodland. And it was designed by John Carr of York for the second Earl, John Charles Wentworth. That's absolutely immense, and it's like at the top a viewing platform. Don't know why. we're going to have a walk up to it. It's absolutely huge. Another interesting fact is that this monument was built in commemoration of Admiral Keppel. I think it's Keppel or Keppel, I'm sure it's Keppel, for his acquittal in 1779 of a court martial. So they built him a monument. I don't know, but that is absolutely immense. The information board also states it's a historical monument is located next to a residential area. Please be respectful. That's fair enough. You can also pre-book tours of this column, are available from April through to October. You can see you can actually go in it, and then there's like windows and stuff on way up, and then obviously the viewing platform at the very top. But that is absolutely immense. I'm glad I've come here, to be fair. Looking far off in the distance, that's Wentworth Woodhouse. Like I said, it's the biggest house in Europe, apparently, or the biggest frontage, should I say. It's actually two houses put together, back to back. I'm not so sure if it was one of the earls or his wife didn't like the view, so he built an house facing the opposite direction. Could be a legend, maybe not, but it is quite a distance away, as you can see when I zoom back out. That's quite a way away, but what an absolutely fantastic vista from up here. Stunning.
So, the design changed during construction, which finally meant the column was about 15 metres shorter than planned. The sides of the columns use an optical illusion. Straight sides do not look straight to the eye, as the columns have an entasis, precise curve to appear straight. This entasis was calculated for a taller column, which is why the sides appear to bulge outwards. And there you go.
As Phil says, it's an optical illusion. It looks like it is bulging, but it's not. It's actually straight. Now that is weird. So we're now back in the housing estate, just at the side of Keppel's Column. We're going on to the A629 Upper Wortley Road, which leads you to one way Sheffield M1 and the other way back into Rotherham town centre. It's 10. We're going to walk up to back to our Sheffield, back to our M1 should I say, and then we're going to cut across back into the woods to get out of this built up area. That's quite interesting about Keppel's Column, about how it looks bold. Even on the photos it looks bold. I find it quite strange, to be honest. Morning. But optical illusion apparently. To me it looked bold. Didn't see one all day. Yeah. But hey ho. So I'm not going to know film until I get back into the woods. So catch you in a bit. One thing about trekking, or just going for a walk, and you've got your public, you mark your route out. I made this route out myself, and you mark your route, and on the map it says there's a public footpath, and then when you get there, somebody's blocked it off with a great fence. So we're going to have to divert, keep going down A629 to where we would have come out further down. So I'm going to cut all that bit of woodland out down there, because it should have come straight across here down into the woods. But they put this great fence up. We've had a look, so the entrance should have been here. We should have come on here and it should have been about here to walk down that way. Ain't climbing a blinking fence. So what can you do with that? In fact, I think the public footpath should have started where these silver fences starts here. So it should have gone through there, straight down that way, down into the woods, and then back round. So we're just going to stick on this main road, go down and find out where we should have come out of. Hate it when that happens, but what can you do? Pain, I know. The only problem is if a public footpath has not been used, I think it's 20 years, they can actually redirect it or actually cease it to exist if it's not being trod on. It only has to be walked once in 20 years for it to stay open. If that's not being walked on, they can stop it. To me, that's a crying shame. I don't know, but hey ho, it is what it is. Coming back into Thorpe, Hesley now. What a lovely trip round, as you can probably see the spire at church where we started. So we're not too far, so we'll see you when we get back to the car. A lovely trek round that. So we're back in the car park where we started, which is Thorpe Hesley Surgery. We just decided to park in their car park. It should be alright, I think. Just over 4 mile that, so really enjoyed that. So we're going to end the video here. So I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. J-Art.
Go out. Keep trekking.
Till next time, trek on. Ta-da. At least that weather stayed off for us.
It's been nice.
Lovely view of the church there. Absolutely stunning. See you again.
Trekking weather.
Yeah, very tricky weather. Ta-da, love. Ta-da, love. See you again. Till next one. Ta-da, love. I'll have to put that on an outtake.